Welcome to Stories Behind the Objects, where we take a close-up look at Museum of the Rockies artifacts in 5 minutes or less. It's back to school season, and we're looking at a Montana State University tradition that some of you alumni may remember, the wearing of the freshman beanie. While this beanie in MOR's collection is from the class of 1969, beanies could be seen around campus from the 1920s through the 1980s. For many years, students freshly arrived on campus either purchased or were given a green beanie to wear that identified them as freshmen. The picture you see here shows students of the class of 1966 receiving their green beanies. The freshman beanies were one of many traditions that students were expected to adhere to. The freshmen were required to wear this beanie until they competed in the freshman-sophomore scrap, generally during homecoming week. If they were victorious at the showdown, they could take their caps off. If they lost, they had to wear the caps until the last home football game of the year or until Thanksgiving. The competition changed year to year. Sometimes it was a tug-of-war, some years it was a foot race, some years it was capture the flag, or other types of competitions. There were more rules and traditions to follow than just wearing the green beanie. You can see here a set of rules from the 1963 to 1964 school year, some of which are specific to freshmen, such as freshmen shall not enter Montana Hall through the front door, and some of which applied to all students. For example, no high school letters shall be worn by any college student on the campus at any time. And some of these even applied to everyone on campus, including faculty and staff, such as no faculty member, student, or employee shall cut campus in order to keep the grounds beautiful. There were even groups of students responsible for guarding and enforcing these traditions. The Septemviri was a group of 7 senior class men selected by faculty who were responsible for upholding the traditions and passing down punishments for those who broke the rules. The enforcers were 2 different honor societies, the Spurs, a women's honor society, and the Fangs, a men's honor society. The Spurs wore white uniforms and carried whistles, which they would blow at the sight of rule breaking. Some of the punishments handed down by the Septemviri included paddling, being put in a medieval stockade outside the student union, being given a haircut, or being thrown in the frog pond. Because nothing says, "Welcome to campus," like being put in the stocks. Here you see an image from a 1941 student newspaper showing a freshman who refused to wear his beanie being tossed in the pond. While these traditions may have been community building for some students, they were more like hazing for others. The majority of these traditions had died down by the 70s. Not all traditions were restrictions or rules, though. Freshmen were also required to help replenish the rocks on the town M and to help apply lime to keep it white on M Day, one of the few historic traditions which still endures today. 2020 marks the 105th anniversary of MSU students working on the M, after students originally created it back in 1915. Even during a pandemic, MSU students will be making sure the M shines bright white again. Although nowadays there's no green beanie required.